Okay. Well, Rob, difficult night out there tonight, and Bristol showed why they're up near the top at the moment.
Yeah, a very good side. Again, I'm very honest about these things. I don't think we deserve to win. I think there were a couple of things that were turning moments in the game that, if they'd have gone our way, would have turned a bit of momentum our way. Fair play to Bristol, they've come in, they've done the job on us, and I think it's probably just exposed that little bit in us where we are. We probably are in a little bit of an emotional wobble, I think. And I'm not going to say anything different to people out here, as I said, in the changing room. I'm not quite sure whether every game is meaning quite as much as it needs to at the moment for the lads. I understand why it can happen. If you think we have a big end of the season, you think there might be a flat spot coming at some stage, and it feels like we've hit one now. But there's only one way to get through it. You get honest about it and you get some hard work done. We look at the mistakes we made, and there's plenty of mistakes out there. There's plenty of things individuals can get better, and we can get better collectively as a team. It's actually going to be quite a nice, interesting challenge for us the next few weeks.
There was a lot of penalties. The set pieces were a bit of a mess for both sides, weren't they, at times tonight?
Yeah, I think one thing can lead to another. At the end of the day, if you don't drop the ball or throw it on the floor, there isn't even any scrums. And so there's elements of it we could have controlled even before it got to the set piece. I think there's some things that we didn't do right at the set piece and we need to be better at. But I also think we've just got to be honest, and you've got to work hard to win games of rugby. I genuinely, if I'm going to question the lads, and I don't often do it, I'm not quite sure that at the moment they're prepared to throw absolutely everything into a game. And I think I'm not saying that completely across the board, because there's always players who are going flat out, but I think that collective absolute flat out drive and will is just a little bit off at the moment. Now, the good thing is that can come back very quickly if you deal with it and you're honest about it and you're open about it. And that's what I like to think. I think we can be open enough to say that our flat out drivers of collectively being right there together are probably not quite there at the moment. There are some reasons for that. We have had players coming and going. We have had the odd COVID issues. So there's reasons for that cohesion not to be quite there. But that's what we've definitely got to work at starting on Monday.
If there isn't any European rugby for the next 2 weeks, is this a really good time to have a bit of a breather?
Well, potentially. It's a good time to get some real quality training in, I think. I think that's what we'll do rather than take a breather. We'll probably really try and have a good blow through for a couple of weeks and get some honest hard work done. But there's always a possibility, I'm assuming, of them thinking of moving some Premiership games around, because you need to, if they're going to revisit the Europe, then you need to create some free weekends, and the only way you can make free weekends later in the season is to pull them forward. So I've just said to the lads that whatever you hear about Europe, get yourself ready to come in, train hard on Monday, because we could have a game.
One player who did pretty well tonight, Jack Wells, a young man at full-back, he shot up well.
Yeah, I thought Jack did really well. It certainly wasn't his issue, anything that happened out there today. He dealt with most things really well. He had some really good positive moments as well. And I think that's the thing. That's almost the frustration. The frustration isn't that the bits that you probably should be worried about or concerned about broke down. It's more the bits that we would normally be better at and normally better prepared for and normally more switched on. We let ourselves down there. And I think, like I said, I always think when people win games of rugby, they don't credit the opposition enough. So I thought Bristol were good today. But that's not going to make us better. Bristol being good isn't going to make us better. We've got to focus on ourselves, and we've got to look to improve a fair bit now over the next few weeks.
Joe Simmons picked up an ankle injury. How is he at the moment?
It's too early to tell. He's hobbling around a bit in there. Obviously, it's something you can do without, but it's like everything else. You deal with injuries as you go along, and we've kind of got to look to build on what's a decent foundation for the season by pushing on a bit now over a longer term period. And I think I don't want us to kind of be lurching from game to game. I want us to get our heads down on Monday and get a long-term plan of hard work and good work done that just starts to accelerate us through the year.
Well, thank you very much for joining us.